So I'm recording this here. This is not where I had my last meeting. This is the place where my kids actually play baseball, but it's a lot more interesting than my truck. So I thought I'd stop here, record the video. It's the end of the day, I'm on my way home, but I wanted to share something that came out of the meeting I just had. So I was in this meeting and I'm helping a client pick a service provider. This happens fairly frequently, not all the time, but fairly frequently. Clients will want my take on making big shifts in service providers, and so we've been working through this process, and we had a third or maybe fourth meeting with this service provider today where they're kind of bringing some analysis to us and sharing some things that they think would help us out, and they brought a ton of value to the table. I gotta take my hat off to them if they're watching this. But the lead guy in this meeting did something at the beginning of the meeting that I hadn't seen before, and I wanted to share it with you because frankly I'm stealing it. I'm ripping it off. I'm the best stealer of ideas, and this is a good one. At our last meeting we were covering a lot of the things about basic business operations, how we do business, where our clients come from, or customers come from, how big they are, what the mix of customers is, average sale, different aspects of business operation. And he was taking notes on a yellow notepad. At the very beginning of this meeting, he handed us a one-page kind of synopsis of those notes. And here's what he said. He said, "This is my understanding of your business, and the things that we're going to do together are going to be based on this understanding." So if you read through this after we finish meeting and you see stuff in here that I've missed it, you can just say, "Hey, you missed it. Here's the way it really works," and then I'll know, and I won't get pulled into solving a problem that doesn't exist, or recommending something on the basis of a wrong understanding. I thought that was really, really interesting, and to be honest, I wasn't paying attention for maybe the next 5 minutes of the meeting because this idea hit me like a ton of bricks, and I realized we're always saying don't make assumptions, right? You've heard that adage, assumptions make an ass out of you and me, you should never assume, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, we all make assumptions. You have to make assumptions, otherwise your communication grinds to this incredibly arduous pace where you have to verify every single fact and go down every single rabbit trail to make sure that you're not getting it wrong. So we're going to make assumptions. It's good communication, it's fluid communication. We have to fill in the gaps, read between the lines, all that stuff. But what this gentleman did in handing out that piece of paper was he said, "Here is my understanding of the business, the things you explicitly said, and the assumptions that I'm making based on what we discussed earlier. And if any of my assumptions are wrong, here's a great chance for you to point those out so that I don't wind up solving a problem that doesn't need to be solved." That's usually where we get egg on our face when we make assumptions, right? We either fail to see problems because we've assumed things that keep us from seeing what's really going on, or what I see a lot is businesses and leadership teams spending time on things because they don't have a good understanding of the facts. They have made way too many assumptions, and they're solving problems that don't need to be solved. So the takeaway for me today was admit that I make assumptions. I do it all the time. As part of my communication with businesses, day in, day out, clients, customers, I'm making assumptions all the time. Admit to myself that I'm making assumptions, and then look at the assumptions I'm making and the ones that have the ability to affect the future relationship the most. Get those down and acknowledge them in front of the people who have the most to lose from me getting them wrong. Who has the most to lose from me getting an assumption wrong? So put them out there and give them a chance to say, "Hey, you missed it here," and then we avoid a lot of pain and heartache and egg on the face and embarrassment and all that stuff down the road. I thought that was really, really good lesson that I learned from somebody else today. I wanted to share it with you guys, and I will see you back here tomorrow.